The church buzzed with conversation after Sunday service. Pastor Michael's words about kindness echoed in the air. But outside, on the sunny steps, a different seed was being sown.
Did you see her hat?
Mrs. Johnson whispered, her face a mask of disapproval.
Outrageous for a church.
Her friend giggled, fueling the fire of gossip. Inside, Pastor Michael straightened hymnals, his heart full from the morning's message. He believed in the power of words, but he knew their potential to wound as well. Little did he know, a storm brewed from careless whispers, and it was headed his way. The next day, Mrs. Johnson stood nervously at Pastor Michael's door. Her face, etched with guilt, held a casserole dish. She'd spent the night wrestling with her words, the sting of them sharper in the light of day. She knew she'd failed to heed Pastor Michael's message.
Pastor, I was gossiping yesterday.
She stammered, her cheeks burning. The smell of warm cheese and regret wafted from the dish.
I wanted to apologize. This is for you.
Her eyes pleaded for understanding, for forgiveness. Pastor Michael looked at Mrs. Johnson, his heart filled with compassion. He knew the sting of hurtful words, the way they could fester and grow. He gently refused the casserole.
Thank you, Mrs. Johnson, but what I need most is to pray for you.
He placed a hand on her shoulder, and together they bowed their heads. He prayed for her heart, for her words, for her to understand the power of kindness. Mrs. Johnson felt tears prick her eyes. This wasn't the rebuke she'd expected, but it was exactly what she needed. As Mrs. Johnson walked home, the weight of her actions pressed down on her. She realized Pastor Michael's act of praying for her was more powerful than any reprimand. It spoke volumes about his character, about the love that guided his life. She vowed to do better, to choose her words carefully, to be a source of encouragement, not negativity. Pastor Michael's lesson went beyond the words spoken on Sunday. It was a testament to the power of grace and forgiveness, a lesson that resonated deeply within her soul.